Alright everyone, as you can tell from the title of this video, there is a new movie on the way called Young Washington by Angel Studios. They just released a trailer a couple days ago, so we're going to watch it and react to it and kind of give our thoughts on it and see, is this something that I would like to watch once it does come out? Without further ado, let's just get into it, and then afterwards I will give some more of my thoughts. Alright.
What happened, Washington? All those bullet holes in your jacket? How are you alive?
I don't know.
You have no military service.
And it's just around the bend.
One thing I will say, this part back here where they're talking about his jacket having holes in it, there's a story of him coming out of the forest, taking off his hat, and there's a bullet hole through his hat as well. There's multiple parts where his horses have been shot out from under him, and yet Washington comes out alive. These sorts of stories, they interest me. I think it's badass that stuff like that happens. And obviously, if we have a story about young Washington, that will come up multiple times. Let's keep going.
You are a boy. You are not British, yet they send you to speak for them. So that when you fail, they'll have someone to blame.
Young Washington, you lost in the New World.
Is that Andy Serkis? Gollum? I think it is. It might be. That's cool.
In the New World.
Who does own this land, if not the one who has the will to tame it? You do not want to start a war. So what do? We fight! Hold your ground!
Nice. On Independence Day, on July 4th. That's going to be fun. Alright, let's keep going.
There is no retreat!
What are you called?
My name is George Washington.
Oh.
Help us make this the #1 movie on America's 250th.
Alright, there we go. Young Washington in theaters July 3rd, 2026. First of all, yes, I will be watching this. Look, I am American, and anytime we get a good movie that kind of represents American history, that's something that I will certainly check out. Especially if it's a movie about a young George Washington. I feel like a lot of times, certain parts of history, this applies to me too, until like very recently, where I actually took an interest in learning a little bit more about, the early years of America. This obviously takes place before America was even its own country, so this would have been the colonies. This would have been during the French and Indian War, not during the Revolutionary War, and that was my point. I feel like a lot of the wars, especially early America, kind of get clouded, or maybe not, at least for young people. We either don't know or don't care about the wars that happen, what war it was. We see red coats, we see muskets, and we just assume that it's the Revolutionary War. This would not be the case. This is the French and Indian War, happens before, obviously, the revolution, back when we were still 13 colonies. Now, I am no historian. I know the basics, I guess, and I'm always down for learning more about U.S. history. This seems like it could be good. It could be good. I don't know. It looks well done to me, at least from what I can tell from this trailer. One thing about Angel Studios is that they are pumping out movies left and right. They are making new and interesting stuff, and I've noticed that with each movie, it seems more and more professional, more and more able to compete with like the big studios of Hollywood. And Angel Studios is not afraid to talk about stuff that is now taboo in Hollywood, like patriotism, like U.S. history, like looking at George Washington without saying, oh, he was racist, he had slaves, we got to boycott all of our history. It's like, yes, that happened, and guess what? Everyone else had slaves too before that. That's another talk for another day. I'm glad that we are getting a sort of movie about young Washington. I'm sure there's stuff out there now. There's stuff that has been done before. But especially in 2025 with Gen Z kind of becoming... What the fuck was that? Give me 1 second. I gotta investigate. I think I got ghosts in my house. Anyways, as I was saying, with Gen Z kind of now in their 20s, in their late teens, at least I know me, I care more about history than I did when I was forced to learn it in school. And now that I do go back and kind of read what happened about founding fathers and about Revolutionary War and early U.S. history and that sort of thing, it interests me. And I'm like, okay, this actually happened. And in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't that long ago. French and Indian War, I don't know exactly the dates of it. It would have been in the 1700s at some point, probably, I don't even know, in the 1700s at least, before the Revolutionary War. And obviously that's where George Washington got his name, made a name for himself, became this kind of myth, almost this legend in terms of the soldiers of the colonies. And yeah, like they say about this part where it's like, bro, you have bullet holes through your coat, through your hat. Your horses have been shot from under you. How are you still alive? How are you still here? Obviously, if you ask me, it's a sort of God thing. It's like, bro, you have a better purpose. And then obviously he goes on to help lead the Revolutionary War, become the first president, all that stuff, set up America for what it is today. It's just... I'm getting excited talking about it right now. It's just cool. It's cool because this is the history of our country. This is a real guy. This is what he went through, what happened, and any chance I can get to kind of learn more about that and appreciate the good that someone like George Washington has done for the future generations, I will take that opportunity. And this does not look like crap. It looks like a good movie from what I can tell. And like the costumes, the way it looks, the oh my gosh, look at that. Like, it's so cool, man. And then if we do get Andy Serkis, is that who that looks like him? I don't know. I don't want to close out of this full screen because it's going to stop my recording for this. But I think that's him. And if they do have him, he's a pretty big movie star. Like, good for Angel Studios for that. Yeah. Overall verdict, this looks good. And I will definitely be going to watch it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments kind of if you're excited for this, if you want to watch it, or if you just think it's some other boring history movie. If it's not your thing, that's fine. I get it. Like, history doesn't interest everyone. It does interest me though, especially more and more as I grow up. I've grown to appreciate world history, U.S. history, just history in general, a lot more than I had when I was younger. But I think it's cool. What do you guys think? Do you think this will be successful? What are your thoughts? Have you seen this trailer yet? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll be sure to read those. What else? Anyways, if you liked this video, please give a like. Anything like that, a like, subscription, any of that helps me immensely, a lot more than you guys know. So yeah, if you did make it this far into the video, please consider one of those two. It helps me out a lot. Anyways, I think that's it. That's all I really have to say about Young Washington. I'm excited. I think it should be cool. And as we get more news, I will be sure to cover it. So that's about it for this video. I won't take any more of your guys' time. Thank you for watching this far. Yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right. See you guys later.